How's it going, everybody? It's Frisby Moonsong here. Yow! And as you can see, we have a little bit of spice for you today that we actually have been playing at our locals, and it's been doing really well. I mean, this last tournament was not a great example of how it does, but you know, you all have those bad days, but it still actually has been doing really well in the other tournaments that we played. We are playing it once again this weekend, and it's really, really fun. It is a Gishki FTK deck. But it can still make other boards other than FTKs, so it is really something exciting to try out, really something new, and it's pure Gishki. You don't need Sprite for this, so your wallet can not struggle so much, and you can do something fun with this. And side deck is interchangeable, so you can do stuff with the side deck, whatever you wish, but you would need a few old Gishki cards, but some of them have been reprinted, so let's get started with the deck list. So here we have, for the Gishki monsters, we have 3 Gishki Grimness, which is obviously the main summon from deck, which is really good. 3 Gishki Shadow, the main searcher for your ritual. We play 2 Gishki Abyss because it's not really nice to draw. And we play 2 Gishki Vision for the main effect monsters. We have the 2 Gishki Vision to search the rituals because the rituals are easy to come by. So there it is for the main core. Then we have obviously the 2 Gishki Neuromanas, the new card that's really insane because it's non-once per turn, and the Gishki Zeogaigus. I think that's the amazing thing about this deck, is that all of it is non-once per turn, so it can do some pretty nutty things. So that is the main Gishki core for what you're going to be playing for the monsters. Then for the rest of the monsters, we're going to be playing 3 Geldogra, as we do with the FTKs of these ritual monsters. Really, really strong. Also not once per turn. Then we play 3 Cup of Aces. I know it is a bit weird to play, but this deck is a be or end or kind of deck. And you'll see why when we get to the extra deck, why we play this. It's really good. One thing that's notable is that it is an earth, so that we can put to the side. We will see what it does when we get to the extra deck. Then we have the Destrudo, the Last Dragon's Vision, allowing us to go into our Synchro 7 plays, which is really important for this deck. And then we have 2 Soravas to protect us from those pesky Imperms and Veilers. So this is really, really good. And then we have 2 Nibiru, just to have something to at least go second with. You know, you can make these any hand traps depending on what you feel, but you need big blowouts, I feel. Or at least even if you go first and you don't open an insane hand, Nibiru is just good to have in hand so you don't die. So here we go for the spells. We have 3 Focused Aquamirror, which is the new spell, really, really strong. Being able to search out any Gishki monster and being able to set a Aquamirror from the deck if you control a Gishki monster during the end phase. And it's also non-once per turn, so that's really, really good as well. Sure, why not? Then we have 3 Gishki Aquamirror, the old ritual spell. It has been reprinted in OTS 21, I believe, and it is really, really strong. It can shuffle itself back to add a ritual monster from the grave to the hand, and it is also not once per turn. And then we have the 1 Gishki Necromirror for outing boards because it can tribute your opponent's monster to ritual summon. For the rest of the spells, we have 3 Telekinetic Charging Cell, which is obviously what you equip to Geldogra to make it not pay life points. And then for the rest of the spells, we have 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Talent, so we could play more, but we're playing 1, we just needed to fill the last space. You can make it whatever you want. If you want it to be an upstart goblin, go right ahead. Then we have the Instant Fusion, we have the Called by the Grave, the Monster Reborn, and for the trap we have Aquamirror Illusion, because we can set it during the end phase with the Focused Aquamirror to have a double monster negate as well, if obviously we don't get the FGK off. Monster Reborn is really good for reviving your Geldogra. If you want to send it to the grave. Foolish Burial, obviously you're sending the Destrudo unless you want to play other plays around it. And then Called by the Grave for the pesky hand traps. And we're going into the extra deck now, so you'll see what the Instant Fusion is for, which is the Sea Monster of Theseus. Reason being, it is a level 5 tuner, so you can actually use it to synchro summon into a level 7 because all your monsters are pretty much level 7, obviously, or most of them are at least, are level 2, so you can make the level 7 with this. Then for the synchros, we have 2 Herald of the Arclights. Being able to send this off the Geldogra is really, really strong. It can search you the ritual, so that is really, really good. Then we have the one power tool dragon, allowing you to search your equip spell, your telekinetic charging cell, which is why you need the Synchro 7, because you can make it off the Destrudo, or you can make it off the Instant Fusion Sea Monster if Theseus target, which is really, really strong as well. Then we have the one Cyframe Lord Omega, being able to recycle cards like the Herald of the Arclight back, so that way you can do the infinite loop to send it. Then we have the one Totally Awesome, because almost your entire engine is water, so why not have something that adds waters from your grave to your hand? And if you can continuously send it from extra deck to the grave, it is really, really good as well to recycle your combo pieces. And on top of it, it is not once per turn as well, along with everything else in this deck. Then we go for the other XEs. We have the Mannequin Cat. This is what you use to search for Geldogra. So you make the Mannequin Cat, and then you trigger the couple of aces in your hand. If it summons to your side, you draw 2. If it summons to your opponent's side, you get to target it and special summon your Geldogra from deck, because it is an earth. So you don't really lose out, because even though your opponent is drawing 2 cards, you're still going to FTK them anyway. Then we have the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max for the burn, because that is why you are playing the level 10 rituals instead of the level 6. Why not burn them for game instead of hand looping them to ensure the FTK, right? So you can do this with the level 10 or the rank 10, and then you link it off, and then obviously you add it back with Omega. Then for the last XE, you play Zeus, which is really, really good, obviously, because it's Zeus, and then you can steal XEs, or you can use your own XEs and out your opponent's stuff with it. Then for the links, we have the Almirage. This is for if you draw the Abyss, the Gishki Abyss, you can link it off into Almirage and then summon it back off the Nerimanos, which is really good. Then we have the one Donna Dagger Fur Hire. You do need link 2s that are generic, so you can actually link them away and make you just make linking away the Gustav Max to be able to add it back. But this is also good for popping cards, along with Nightmare Phoenix being another generic, and it also is able to pop a spell or trap, so that's really, really good as well. This, honestly, when I played it without the Phoenix, I think I struggled a lot more. There were like a lot of games where if I just had Phoenix in the extra deck, I won. So yeah, this is a must-have. Then you play the Reapodocus, which is also really good in the combo, because you have to change Geldogra to Psychic. Then you play for Link 4s, you play the 1, so you just Skull Dread. You can play 2 if you want to, because sometimes there are situations where it comes up where you can make 2 in 1 turn to be able to draw into your combo pieces. So I do recommend trying to get this. And you play the one Appaloosa, because you can make Appaloosa in your combo if you want to. It is an option, but you can choose either to take out the Appaloosa or to take out the Zeus, depending on what you want in order to make the second Saryuja live. So that's what you have for the extra deck. Moving into the side deck, the only mandatory things I would say is the Gishki Amelia, because this is able to stop traps as soon as when you normal summon it, and it gets all trap effects on the field until the end of the turn. So it is really, really good, and it's searchable. It's a Gishki that's searchable. So yeah, do play it. It's really, really strong against trap decks. I think it's just like mandatory. If you can search a trap out in the deck, play it. Then we have the other 2 cards, which is the Gardala, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. This is obviously for kaijuing your opponent's Kashtira stuff, or any boss monster that gives you a problem. But on top of it, it is an insect, so if you're able to make the Mannequin Cat beforehand, and then you kaiju, you are able to target the monster that target this card and summon the Geldogra to be able to FTK them. Because remember, going second, you really just need to break the board and FTK them in main phase too. Then we have the Artifact Lancia. You can look at how obviously the rest of the side deck is malleable. You can do whatever you want with it. So Lancia for the pesky Kashtira. You have the Sister. Probably play a lot more Sister, because it is a water, so you can also add it back with the Toad. And on top of it, if you're going second, it gives you more life points to be able to pay for your Geldogra and your Zero Gygus effects in the next turn. So that's really, really good, giving you more access to what you need. Then we have the 2 thrust, 1 harpies, 1 change of hearts, 2 evenly, because the thrust basically searches all of this. And then we have the D barriers as well for going, because D barrier is just insane, especially if you're playing against like Sword Soul, or you're playing against Branded. It's just really, really good. yeah, and that's pretty much the deck list. I hope you guys really enjoy. If you guys would like to request, I will do a combo video. Just ask down in the comments below, and depending on how many we get, we will do a combo tutorial on how the FTK works. But I hope you guys enjoy. Give this a try, your locals. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing it. It's been doing well. It's gone X1 at a couple of locals, which is really, really good. And you can sneak some fun wins. It's just something to try out, just to throw people for a loop every now and then, you know, because considering sometimes when you play a lot of meta, you want to just throw yourself and everyone else for a loop and try something different. So I hope you guys really enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. From me, Frisby Moonsong. Cheers, guys. Yeah!